My Hebrew brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth, welcome back. This is your Moreh Yeshua Ben Uriah Israel, and just want to take this moment to say thank you for your subscriptions, thank you for your likes, thank you for your comments, and most of all, thank you for your prayers. We are dealing in Psalm 24, and we're talking about the glory of the King, the glory of the King, and the King of glory. Praise his name. Now, last time we were in verse 4, and we want to continue in verse 4. We were talking about clean hands, and we talk about, give the illustration of, what it means to be clean, okay? And then we started, I think we left off on pure heart. Okay, so we said the word pure heart, I want us to look at that because the word pure here is the word bar. The question was asked, who shall ascend into, his holy hill? Who shall ascend into the holy hill of Yahuwah? Who shall stand in his holy place? And that was in verse 3. And so now we come to verse 4, where we deal with the clean hands and now the pure heart. Okay, and so the word pure here is the word bar, the Hebrew word bar. My brothers and sisters, what it's talking about here is talking about pure, something clean. And the word bar here is bait and rich. Of course, it has the vowels markations. But what it's saying here is to be pure is a choice. Okay, you make a choice to be clean and to be pure. A choice is something clean, is something clear, is something pure. And the word comes from another Hebrew word, bara, and in its various sense of the use of the word. It says, beloved, also pure or empty. As a choice, it's clean, it's something, it's clear. It's like you have a glass of water and you look into it, and the glass is clean, the water is clean, and it is pure. You can see through it. Okay. So you talk about something clean, something clear, something pure. Praise his name. He said, he that hath clean hands and pure heart. Look at the word heart there. Labab. Labab is a word. And my brothers and sisters, what he's saying here is dealing with the inner man. Is dealing with the inner man, the mind, the will, the heart. And it's used, the word labab here is lamed, bait, and bait. Labab. And it's talking about the inner man, it's talking about the mind, it's talking about the will, it's talking about the heart. Comfortably courage, pain. We talk about tender-hearted. The person who's tender-hearted. Labab, the word labab and this word comes from labab. The heart as the most interior organ and is used just like, like we talk about a person who has a courageous heart, a person who have faint heart. We talk about a person with tender heart, there's a myth, but it can also refer to the mind, my brothers and sisters. It can refer to the unawares or understanding, of a heart, of understanding, All right. So he said here, he that has clean hands and pure heart, and it is a person who has not lifted up his soul to vanity, not sworn deceitfully. Look at the word lifted up here, because the word lifted up is the word nasa. Nasa. And my brothers and sisters, this word means to lift something up, or to carry something, or to take, to take something. So 3 words there that are important. To lift something, right? To carry or to take. And so that's what to talk about it, some lifted up. The Hebrew consonants that make up the word nasa and nasa is a nun, sin, and aleph. And like I said, the word means to carry, or to lift, or to take, accept, advance, arise, be able to. It's like an armor, suffer, to bear up. The word comes from another Hebrew, naka, nasa. Nasa, naka. It's a Hebrew, abad, is a nasa, a primitive root to lift something. In a great variety of application, the word is used that way. It's literally or figuratively. And to accept, to advance, to arise, able to, like, almost suffer, to bear or to bring forth. And burn, carry away, cast away, to take, and seize, exact, exalt, self, to extort, to fetch, to forgive, furnish. This is so great a, variety of use to, words. To give up, or to give up, to help, or to high hold. Honorable, man, laid, locked in, and marry, magnify, needs, obtain, pardon, to raise up, rise. Using a great variety of usage here. And to regard or to respect, to stir up, to yield. And so he had not lifted up his soul. The word soul is nephesh. And what he's talking about is like a soul, living being, life, self, person, desire, passion, appetite, or emotion. That's where nephesh is. It is nun, fe, and shin. So those are the 3 Hebrew consonants that make up the word. And what it's talking about is like a soul, a living thing, a living being. It's a life, it's a self, it's person, desire, appetite, emotion. When Yahuwah created man, he said he blew into his nostril and he became a living being, life. Anything that breathe, them yourself, slave, soul, tablet, it come from Napash, properly a breathing creature. It could be an animal, abstractly vitality, used, very widely in a literal or accommodated figurative sense. And the word here, my brothers and sisters, it could bodily or mental, any appetite, any beast, body, breath, creature, contented, heart, life. And the word is used in such a great variety of application, because they even talk about like the lust, man, me, mine, mortality, one own person, a pleasure, So the word here is used, what is it, nefesh, soul. Has not lifted up his soul to vanity. Now, let's look at the word vanity there, because the word vanity, like the scripture says, vanity of vanity, all is vanity. And Solomon talks about it in Ecclesiastes. It's a vexation, vanity, a vexation of spirit. And my brothers and sisters, the word here, vanity, is basically emptiness. Vanity, shav, the word shav here is the Hebrew word shav, and it talks about emptiness, vanity. The word is shin, vav, and aleph, and the word here, my brothers and sisters, as it used is a faz, something faz, a lie, lying vain. When we were kids, we used to have, get a the little tube that have the soap bubbles, get them in the store. And we blow soap bubbles. For sometimes we used to have contests to see who could get the biggest soap bubble. My brothers and sisters, you get it blown up big, and in a few seconds, it disappears, right? It cannot stay long. But we used to have them, to see who have the longest. The contest to have who the largest and longest, lasting one. And, it's basically a little water, a little touch of water that is blown. And you make this big bubble out of it. Okay? It's empty. The people used to have, like Christmas tree, they used to put them ornaments on them. Okay? And this kind of, they have them in different colors: red, blue, white, green, and all different colors, right? And they have them deck the tree up, right? This is a paganistic thing still, But when if you ever hold one in your hand, when I was a kid and I hold one in my hand, the thing is so light, and you crush it. It's nothing. Empty, vain. Something beautiful to look at, but it's vain. And this is what Hasatan does, He show you beautiful things, but all things that they show you, they're vain. They're vain, they're nothing. They're empty. So falsehood, vanity is falsehood, falsehood, nothing. The word shav from the same root, and show in the sense of desolating, something evil, something destructive, literally ruin or morally, a guile, figuratively, idolatry, as false, subjective, uselessness, deceptive object. Also, adverbially vain, false, is lie, my brothers and sisters. Lie. And so here in verse 4, he said the person, we're describing the person who won't stand in the holy hill. Right? He is a person who had not, first of all, he had clean hands, he had pure heart, he has not lifted up his soul to vanity, and now he said, nor sworn deceitfully. Okay, so murmur here is a Hebrew word, murmur, and it's deceit or treachery. Murmur, mem, resh, mem, and he. And my brothers and my sisters, what he's talking about here is talk about deceit, murmur, deceit, treachery. And so, sometimes you're passing and you hear people talking, and you sometimes they talk loud, and you can hear them talking, and you know the thing that is saying is not true. Or trying to fool the person, make the person feel like, well, man, this person have a lot of knowledge, he knows what he's talking about. But my brothers and my sisters, it's deceit, it's treachery. It's treachery. It's crafted. Some people have this craftiness about them, and in the speech, and you could hear it, and especially some of the politicians, when they talk, you can know that what they're saying is not true, but some people just, just get caught, because you see, if your mind is not pure, and you're looking for foolishness, you're going to get it, my brothers and sisters. Fame, deceitful, false, fame, guile, treachery, and it comes from another word, rama, which is in the sense of deceiving or fraud, craft, deceitful. Oh my God, so people could get caught, There's, some people say they're gullible, As a person open their mouth and speak foolishness, you hear people just flowing. Like I was watching a little bit of news last time, and they were talking about the former president, and then they asked the people, why do you support him? Because he is the best president in the world. Because he's the one, he tells truth more than anybody else. He's the most truthful. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if when a person hears truth, to them it's false. Because you see, the mind is so taken up in listening to emptiness and to pain, and they've been so deceived. You cannot tell them, he's my favorite president. My brothers and sisters, you have a favorite president, and every word comes out of his mouth is basically a lie. And you said he's the most truthful. This is how Satan has blinded the mind of the Gentiles. And you know what? If we don't take a stand, it blinds our minds too. So my brother, we have to be firm in Yahuwah. We have to be firm in him. Okay? So remember, he said, he has not sown deceitfully. Has not sown deceitfully. Okay? So please, my brothers and sisters, remember that we are a people of truth, and we should not listen to lies and vain things and treachery. We should, in all our dealing, my brothers and sisters, we should not. It said, be not deceived, for Yahuwah is not mocked. So don't be caught in deceit, in falsehood, in treachery. Yahuwah does not want us to go down that road, my brothers and sisters. We're going to ask you to be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.